Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's not my usual type of video, but it's more of like a sit down type of video where I kind of just talk to the camera. And I've been meaning to make this video for a while just because I want to see how much my photography has changed since when I started to now. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go take a trip down to memory lane, and yeah, let's get started. So it was the summer of 2017. My dad was a photographer and he had a spare camera, and he would go out on shoots, right? And this was the camera that I used to bring with me. It's a Nikon D7000, and it's actually a pretty good camera even though it's like 10 years old now. um this thing is really heavy, really clunky, and this is the camera that I've used for the majority of my photography life. But yeah, it's pretty great. So re- let's just look at some pictures that I've taken before. All right, so these are the first pictures that I've taken on my Nikon D7000. First picture is of a slight crooked bench. There's nothing too special about that. This picture, I thought I was the shit because like light was hitting the flowers at such a nice angle, and I didn't realize that there was a dead flower right there on the left. So we're just gonna act like we're gonna act like we didn't see the dead flower. So trying to cover up this dead flower here, but there. See, like imagine if that was a picture. Just ignore the dead flower. Third picture that I took, it was a picture of a railroad, and it wasn't even a bad picture, but like the railroad is slanted, so if I turned it a bit more, it would have been great shot. Anyways, another picture of a flower. I mean, it's not bad for like a first shot. I think everyone, when they get a camera, they first start out taking like pictures of like nature shots and like buildings and stuff. Last picture, I thought I was really good. Like this was a really good shot. Like look, I was really like happy with all like how the numbers were all in focus and stuff. Um yeah, these were the first shots. Now unfortunately, I did not pick up my camera after that. And I didn't really start shooting until a year after. I went to a cottage. Me My aunt invited me to her cottage for the summer, and I decided to go. I decided to bring my camera with me to make some memories. So these were the pictures that I took at the cottage. So the first one is a picture of a lake. Now, obviously, the only problem here is that the sun is way too bright. Like, look, this is like overexposed. I should have brought down the ISO to like 100 or something. But the rest of the picture is pretty good. Not gonna lie, I like the blues and stuff. Second picture, this one is actually a really good picture. Not even gonna lie. Um, the duck is completely in focus if you zoom in, and like I love how the light kind of hits the water and it's sort of like reflected or refracted in a really nice way. Next up, this is my first self-portrait shot that I've taken. Like I thought this was a really great shot, except if you zoom in, my face really isn't in focus, which is kind of a bad thing. But the shot, it's pretty great, not gonna lie. Um, a picture of a duck. Yeah, this is just a picture of a duck. I thought it was pretty cool. The duck was in focus. That's all that matters. Because I was trying to experiment with shooting with manual, and half the time my shots were not in focus. But yeah, another shot right here is a picture. I don't know where this is, but there's like a bell, and you can sort of see how the light is sort of like it's sort of hitting the building at a really cool angle. And so I think grade 10, no, it's not grade 10, my bad. The grade 9 where I was at my cottage, I was experimenting with like light, and I really liked how light was hitting certain parts of the buildings at certain points. It would create like this really cool effect. And that was really my focus, I think, that I really tried to hone in on when I was at the cottage. But yeah, as you can see, like this is another shot. Obviously there's no lights in it, that there's no light angles, but definitely still a really cool shot. Here I was experimenting with light with my dog. Um, Definitely overexposed right here. I should have brought down the ISO or like lowered it, the white balance or something. Honestly, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so moving on. This is the part where I start getting good, just a little bit better at photography. So in grade 10, I took a grade 11 photography course, and this is when I started getting good. So this shot right here, this shot I'm pretty proud of actually. It's a panning, obviously it's edited, but it's a panning shot, and I tried to take a picture of the car while it was moving, and while it was moving, I was supposed to move the camera with it, and the result was that it created these like really cool lines, and I edited it, made it look red, and this is really cool. My second favorite shot is this. I feel like I had gotten better with capturing light with my camera, so I was focused on the sun, and the sun was shining, but it was shining through the leaves, and I was trying to get that, and I edited it, made it look really cool. Definitely like the greens and stuff. The greens and the blacks were really cool. Okay, so grade 10 portraits. This is when I started getting into portrait photography. Now I didn't like it a ton, but like it was there. I was starting out. It wasn't that bad. This was the first, like, I think this was one of my first portraits that I've taken with my friend at the time. Love the bokeh. We had like this we had her wear like this dollarama thing around her neck, and honestly, it's not a bad picture. I think one of her eyes is out of focus, which is unfortunate. But it's still not a bad picture, I would say. This is Mike. He and I used to do our photography projects together. So I would model for his, he would model for mine. Obviously, I started getting more comfortable shooting with people, and this is sort of when I started getting like pretty good at like shooting products. Now, this is a shot that I took. I would have made the label more clear if I could shoot it again, but other than that, it's a pretty good picture, not gonna lie. This is a picture of a pool ball, picture of a piano, picture of a piano. These are all unedited, by the way. Like one, two, three, four. These are all shot straight from my camera, unedited. I think these are pretty good. Like the pictures of the piano are definitely pretty good. Second one's better, honestly, but it is what it is. This is a picture I took of my friend, who's also my photographer. But this was actually pretty good. I thought this was pretty good. All right, fast forward to grade 10. The summer of grade 10, I applied for a French camp thing. It's called Explore, and I got accepted. And basically, you travel to a French speaking province for 5 weeks, and you stay there for 5 weeks. And by the time you get out of that French camp, hopefully your French has increased. Did my French increase? I don't really know. But most important part is that because I was there for 5 weeks, I shot a lot of pictures. And I eventually put that into a site. And this is the site I put it on. This was my first ever website. I was really proud of this. I think I spent like, on one day, I spent like 4 hours just working on the layout and everything. And I spent like, what, 6 hours editing the pictures. Now, obviously, you can tell that there's a huge difference from the pictures here, from the pictures that I've taken like at the start. Like my photos turned out better. I mean, the quality you can see is a lot better. I'm just scrolling through all my pictures. That's a double rainbow. Definitely love that. Definitely. I think I was mastering lights. I'm better at using lights in my pictures. But I forgot to mention is that because there were so many people at that camp, and because I'm so extroverted, I made friends with a lot of people, and a lot of them actually asked me to shoot for them because I was always seen carrying like this camera around, right? And so I actually took photo shoots for people, and these were the three that turned out really well. I think I got a lot of good practice in. That is when I started getting comfortable shooting people. And so after French camp ended, I shot more people, and one of my cousins who's actually an Instagram model. She has like I think 9K on Instagram, and so she gets sponsored or paid to like wear like clothes of like other brands. And so this one brand called Absurd, it has like 46,000 followers on Instagram or something. They used her post that I shot. They used her picture that I shot for her. And that was when I knew that I could make it as a portrait photographer. So that was like the key moment. I was like, shit, I made it. So after that moment, I would shoot portraits whenever I could. Like I would ask my friends to model for me whenever they could. So like on a monthly basis, I would probably get like 2 photo shoots a month. I know that's not enough, but like it got me more comfortable shooting with people. Like I was at a point where I was sort of comfortable, but not comfortable enough. So yeah, that was that. But unfortunately, I just like stopped shooting at one point because I got bored and I was just too busy with school. So fast forward to the spring of grade 11, coronavirus obviously is still here. March break has extended until April, and for my birthday, I got a camera. Surprise. And the first shot, the first photo shoot that I took with my camera is this. Like, it literally, this is unedited, straight out of the camera. Like, look how good this is. Like, this quality is like Vogue quality right here. Like, this is impeccable. Now, obviously, after I took this shoot, I was like, shit, I need to take more. So, I had this challenge on Instagram where I tried to get like 7 photo shoots in a week, like 7 photo shoots of 7 different people. I got 6, so that was close enough. And so these were the shots that I took. This was really good. I really like this, and this is when I started having like an editing style. Like I started getting good at editing because at that time, like before grade 11, I just really didn't care how I edited it. I would like go to town with like the contrast slider and stuff. I wasn't really good, not gonna lie. This is a picture of Maggie. Me and Maggie are pretty good friends now. Um, and as you can see, I sort of have a style where I like to use nature a lot or like to incorporate nature a lot in my photos. And then this is Matthew. Okay, so Matthew is really important because Matthew is the first guy that I've shot since my dad. And I was really nervous shooting because I thought I would not make the photos look good, but they actually turned out really well. So Matthew was sort of like the stepping stone for male models, and after Matthew, I shot a lot more male models. Obviously, I really like the photos. Like as you can see, like I'm a lot better with light. Like in this photo, like right here, like the light is shining on his face, and I made sure to capture that. So I'm basically like really good at using light right now. Like right here, photo, light is shining right on his face on a really good angle. So yeah, that just basically wraps up my video for today. I hope you guys can see, well, I can see like a huge major difference from when I started to now. And yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace.